My name is Chase Williams. This is Cover Havoc number 2. This is a Mass Effect review. So, if you've seen my video, you know I did something about going dark and Chow, friend or for Jaw or whatever. So, as you guys know, Mass Effect has been getting the fucking finger from left field. And for some reason, BioWare believes that we don't deserve DLCs. I need a job. I need a team. I can write 7 DLCs. All you guys need to do is just put this shit together. It's really not that bad. And I can write 7 5-page stories each of where you can take the damn thing. And I think that you guys should do that. So I think if you're a Mass Effect Andromeda fan, I don't think that you gave it enough credit if you're not. And the story was pretty damn good, and you guys just didn't want to give it the chance that it deserves. You didn't like the writers. You were so enamored with Shepard. But when you first played the Shepard, you only knew his backstory because they gave him one. Your job was to build a backstory for the writers. I fail to understand the part where everyone except for me missed that concept. You know, you're starting off as basically your rookie year as a Pathfinder. Now, if Mass Effect would have been about cops, robbers, or like GTA, and you started off as your rookie year, you probably wouldn't have complained as much. Because in GTA, you get to like rob and kill people and beat them up for no reason whatsoever. But as a Pathfinder, you have a specific job to do and you need to handle it. So why in the hell did we give Mass Effect so much flack? Let me rephrase that. Why did you guys give Mass Effect so much flack? Even the greatest fans of Mass Effect have had nothing but negative to say about it, which I find to be remotely bullshit, because I'm one of the greatest Mass Effect fans. Mass Effect is helping me with PTSD, and yeah, I love Shepard, specifically Fem Shepard, just like I love Ryder, specifically Sarah Ryder. She's got great boobs. I think that you all need to reevaluate this whole issue, because in 7 days, not too far away, and really, BioWare needs to get their shit together. Give us some DLCs so that if you are truly going to end the series, gonna put it into it just like you did with Dead Space or whatever, then maybe you can give us some DLCs to finish it off. Or maybe you can give us the DLCs to make Mass Effect Andromeda go back to the Milky Way with the ability to make Mass Effect relays. I have ways that you can get the Quarians to have had keepers on there and other things. Keepers have the knowledge of the relays because they kept the fucking relays and the Citadel together. It's really not that hard to come up with something. It's really not. And really, if you really need something, like I said, I have 7 ideas that could fly through with any Mass Effect fan. All you need is the actors and the guys to make the pictures and someone to co-write with me so that I can't do it all by myself. But, you know, a good team can pick 7 different DLCs in order and make that each DLC maybe a 3-hour thing. And then that way you don't have to make any more games. Just make 7 DLCs, each one of them 3 hours. 3 times 7 is 21. There you go. You got 21 hours right there in DLCs. That's $10 a DLC. I'm sure if you sell it for $10, you'll get your money. Because if you sell it for anything higher, as much as people have hated the game, except for me, you won't get your money because no one's gonna want to play it. But with these 7 ideas, you know, you can run with this shit. You can make the Quarians have what keepers. The keepers and everybody on Nexus can get fixed, and then they can start working on Mass Effect relays to make them big enough to go back to the Milky Way. Because another thing is impossible. So therefore, you can have the Quarian Arc DLC in itself, which would give it another DLC, which would be what I was just saying. Then you can have DLC where we could be Alec before we go to Andromeda, and when we wake up to do small tests, and it doesn't have to be a big DLC, but you know, he's awoke before you're awoke as Ryder, and then you could probably have an adventure on board the ship trying to fix things and all kinds of other shit. You know, it sounds fucked up right now, but with someone else with a little bit smarter brain, you can work that shit out. You can have a DLC as the other arcs opening in each Pathfinder. You know, each one gets an hour, so you get to play other Pathfinders. You can play the Turian Pathfinder, you can play the Solarian Pathfinder, you can play the Corian Pathfinder, and that way you'll be able to thing. See, the big clusterfuck that is Mass Effect is that we're always playing as a human unless we're in multiplayer mode. So maybe if you drop some DLCs where we're not humans, like maybe we can be Taurians, or maybe we can be some alien of some kind, hell, give us a collector DLC. There could be collectors over there, you never know. There could be Protheans over there. Like I said, there's so many ways that you can take this, and no one really wants to attempt this because you dicked us. You guys had 5 years to get it right. So if you want to end it, then give us at least 7 DLCs. Give me a job. I'll pitch the ideas. And I'm pretty sure that if you give me a good team that gets paid to make this shit happen, then, and the first thing, why don't you make it simple? First, get rid of all the bugs before you develop the game. It seems like that's a possibility. I don't know why you have to wait until the game's actually developed, but get rid of all the bugs before you make the DLC. Then make the DLC, and then sell the DLC. And it's probably not logical, but it's logical for me because I'm not a computer tech, which means I'm probably the biggest idiot you've ever met. But anyway, you can get so many DLCs. In fact, why stop at 7? Make 10. You want to go out on a big note? You want to end Mass Effect? Let's end it on a big note. Give us 10 DLCs for Andromeda. That way people can gradually come back. Because, by word of mouth, makes things happen. When they did the Leviathan, like, I think the first 7 people said something good about the Leviathan DLC for the 3rd game. And next thing you know, I went and bought it. And other people went and bought it. And the same thing with the Citadel DLC. And for game 2, The Arrival. Because as if it didn't come with the game that I bought. Well, it didn't come with the trilogy pack, but it did. I had already bought the DLC, so it wasn't really a big deal. But most people didn't even realize that they could play The Arrival where Shepard goes with Dr. Kenson and all that other stuff. And you can go with so many different things. It's Mass Effect. There's so many different lives and creatures that you can pick from. So you can give a Quarian, Drell, even a Volus. You can give all these guys DLCs so that you can see how their lives turn out in Andromeda. And more importantly, you can give us an Angaran DLC. You can give us a Jaw special DLC where we get to be Jaw. And it's before the Andromeda Initiative comes in, so you can see the shit that they've gone through. And I'm sure that's too much like right, but it wouldn't hurt. What do you have to lose? Look at all the shit you've caused now. So, in closing, I just want you guys to know that we really need to save Mass Effect Andromeda. The writers deserve a fair shot. They deserve a trilogy. And if you're not going to give them a trilogy, then at least give them 10 DLCs. You give them 10 DLCs to wrap everything up. That way you'll have a ending DLC with the parent, with them curing their mother. Meridian DLC so that we can actually go out and explore more of Meridian than what we got when we just drove the Nomad through to get to Scott or to Sarah. And when the space arc thingy crashed, we should have an arc DLC where we can go in all of the arcs. We should be able to walk through all the arcs. And another thing, why do you have locked doors? We should have an unlocked door DLC so that every door on the Nexus, which is the same thing I said for Mass Effect 3 and 2, every door on the Citadel, you should be an open world. You should be able to explore every fucking room. However, again, that's just too much like right for a game that was meant to be about space exploration and saving the damn universe from Reapers. Of course, you guys probably have forgotten about that. But I know that as much flack as you guys are giving the writers deserve better. If you're a Mass Effect fan and you don't like the writers, then shame on you, and the writers deserve better. I'm James Queen, Comfort number 2. B, C, and